Hello everyone. This is our first official live here at Chad's Walking with Wildlife for our YouTube page. We got a guy over here doing aerobatics in an airplane, which is hilarious, but it is what it is. Sorry about the wind, that's actually gonna mess this up. It wasn't windy until the sun was going down, but we're just gonna talk. We're gonna spend maybe 20-30 minutes on. Let's go ahead and start with our wildlife education. As you guys can see, there's plenty of ice. Oh, where's my finger? Come on, finger, right here. Look at all this ice. This water's frozen over because it's very shallow. If we were to pan, you can see where it's not frozen over there at the pond area. But as we come back to these guys, we're gonna start off by talking about Branta canadensis, or the Canada goose. Look at these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful birds. Let's see, can we zoom in a little bit? I don't wanna get too pixelated. Kind of keep it nice there. And these guys, oh, by the way, we are in northern Arizona, well, central Arizona right now. We're in Flagstaff. I want to show you this quick view. Let's go this way. I want to go up. That's a volcano, believe it or not. I don't know if it's extinct or dormant, but that is an old volcano at least. So that's pretty cool. But we'll come back over to these guys. So this is Branta canadensis, or the Canada goose. As you guys can see, this is a good little flock of them. We're getting towards the evening hours, so they're just trying to get some last minute feeding in before they make their way to the center of the pond or center of a lake. There's a couple islands. They'll go to the islands, but at night, to protect themselves from predators, they go to the center part of the water. Again, if there's islands available, yes, they can sleep on land, on those, like on islands. You don't really see them sleep in the wild at least, kind of on the land or the shoreline. On the outer ring, you can, I have seen it, but it's not nearly as common. I'm actually gonna try and block the mic with my hand. It's not nearly as common, and the reason for that is because when they tuck their heads underneath their wings and that, they can't see anything, they're obviously asleep, so it's easier for predators to pick them off. So to counter that, these birds, when an island is not available, will literally sleep in the middle of the water. Then you're gonna ask, well, if this water is frozen, by the way, it's about 45 degrees, the wind is blowing directly into my face from these guys. The sun's at our back, and it is cold. There's our shadow. Hi, that's our shadow. So we're casting a good long shadow towards them. Because that sun being at our back, the wind is then racing towards us, which is unfortunate for the mic and unfortunate for my face because I'm freezing. But to counter, again, the predatory, to be predate on, they will move to the middle of the water this evening, and that's where they'll sleep. Your immediate question is going to be, if there's ice and there's snow, how are these guys able to sleep in water that's roughly, I don't know, 40 degrees? And, well, we're going to answer that. Let me zoom in here for you guys. So as we zoom in on Branta canadensis, or the Canada goose, they have these very smooth-looking feathers. They make their bodies look very sleek. If you've ever noticed that, they don't look like feathers. They look like they have this nice slick guard on, and that's because not all waterfowl, but many waterfowl, these ones included, create an oil. Their body creates an oil, and it protrudes out through the feathers, so it comes out into their feathers, and it slicks the outer layer of feathers to create a watertight seal. It's kind of like Rain-X, basically, which will wick or repel water away from their body. In essence, making them waterproof so they don't get waterlogged full of water. Secondly, they have an inner layer of feathering. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. I see a lot of people joining. If you have any questions, please feel free to type them up. I'll try and get to everybody, but I'm going to keep going with this. They have a second layer of feathering on the inside, which is their down, what pillows and some blankets can be made of. And that down feathering is very, if you've ever seen it, if you've ever ripped open a pillow, it's very open. You know, most bird feathers are like this, but it's all wide and it's very fluffy and floaty. And that's because it traps air pockets. those air pockets are warmed as it sits next to the inner part of their body there. And so it heats it up and creates a nice thermal layer between the water and their body, basically like a wetsuit. So they have one set of feathers that repels water, and then they have an inner layer of feathers that traps the heat against their body. So these guys are able to survive in extremely cold temperatures, including extreme winds, as we're getting right here. I'm sorry if the mic is getting blasted here, but we're getting to late evening, and so that sun is setting and the wind's picking up. And so that keeps them warm. But you'll notice that their feet, it's going to get pixelated, but we'll still look. You'll see that their feet are exposed. They don't have feathering on their legs or their webbed feet. And so the next question is going to be, well, if they go sit in water overnight in 40-degree water, how come their feet don't freeze? And the answer to that is, unfortunately, we won't be able to get close enough to these guys. But if you ever do get a chance to get close to a goose or a duck leg and foot, look at it closely and you'll see an area where a very large artery runs down and a very large vein runs up. Oh, they all peeked their heads at the same time. Something caught their attention. And that allows blood to move down the artery into their leg. They move a copious amount of blood through their legs. For their size of their body, the arteries that run into their leg are extremely large for their body size. It's basically like our aorta running from our heart up into through our central part of our body here is what's going into their legs. So it moves a copious amount of blood into their feet, which warms or continuously warms their foot. And as soon as that blood is cooled, it immediately goes back up the vein and back up into the body where it's continually heated. So they have non-stop heat going down, and then the cool goes back up. And it's just a long cycle, but it's just non-stop warm blood being pumped into their feet. And that's what keeps them from icing up. That's what keeps them from freezing. So it's quite an adaptation for these guys. Quite beautiful. I'm just going to kind of scan around as we're losing sunlight here. It's pretty cool. A gentleman on the way out showed me a picture. He had a picture of an elf owl, which is the smallest owl species in the entire world. So I was hoping to catch an eye of that, but again, it's an owl, so it's going to be quite elusive. Just before we started this TikTok, out where that person's actually walking, right there was a pack of coyotes in the trees back there, yipping and hollering. That's actually why I started the live here. I was hoping they might come out, but no dice. So we are in central Arizona. We're in Flagstaff, Arizona. We're at what's known as Kachina Nature Preserve. So if you guys ever come out, you guys get an amazing view. Look at this view here. This does not look like Arizona, but it is. Absolutely beautiful. So today, we're going to finish up this live here shortly. We're filming in Flagstaff. Tomorrow, if you come in on our live, about the same time, right around sunset, we'll be filming in Colorado, western slope of Colorado. And then on Wednesday, we'll be filming in northwestern New Mexico. So it's pretty cool. The next few days of live, we're going to be in a different state each day. We're going to have different things to see, different things to talk about. Got this beautiful sunset. I'll try and point it here. Look at that through those trees. What an absolute beautiful sunset. You can hear the geese. I was explaining this earlier. These clouds right here, these are what's known as lenticular. They're very elongated, very round, very smooth. Look, they call them lenticular, like a lens, like glass lens in glasses. What this represent is a cold front moving in or a change in weather. So we're actually going to get cooling conditions here in the next few days. That's always a great way to be able to look ahead and say, oh, we're going to get colder temperatures out here. So, if there was a species we wanted to see and it's better to see in colder temperatures, we would know that that's coming up. If we had a species that doesn't favor the cold, then we would know in the next few days, maybe not likely. Hello, Wyatt. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it, guys. Cole, Star, I see you guys all on here. Look like that might be all we see for animals today. Some more geese down in there. You can see them between. Look at how beautiful that is. I love that I can zoom in though. Oh, no, but the camera wants. I have my camera on a gimbal, so it kind of tries to figure out where I'm trying to point it, but you can see the shaking. That's my hand. My hand's frozen. Look at the sunset on these trees. Wow, that's absolutely beautiful. I was hoping maybe a crow or a raven came by. No dice. There's a whole bunch of people over there. You can see them. That's cool. Walking their dogs. Another good-sized lake over there with a bunch of different duck species. I saw mallards. There were common mergansers over there as well. Yeah, just a great place. So if you guys are ever in Flagstaff, Arizona, I can definitely recommend this area. Kachina, I think it's Kachina. It's spelled Kachina, but I don't know. I think it's Kachina, Kachina. So we're gonna say Kachina because it's probably Native American. So Kachina Nature Preserve, and this is a beautiful area to come. I bet they get good elk and deer out in here too sometimes. One more time at the sun, take a little view. Look at that sunset. Beautiful, beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky this direction. Not a cloud in the sky. Well, I think we'll kind of end it here. Yes, absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. I'm quite surprised. I kind of stopped here on a whim. I just tried to look up good nature areas in Flagstaff since I'm driving through this evening. And man, this was highly rated. So I decided I'll come here. It said it was great for wildlife. And it has been absolutely spectacular on the wildlife. So we were able to get great footage of that. And then, but I'll be driving through the night now. I'm going to get all the way into Colorado. So tomorrow we'll be filming in Colorado. So stay tuned. Come back for another beautiful sunset. Today's sunset is Arizona. Tomorrow's sunset, Colorado. Thank you all. And please follow, like, share next time you come on. And we'll build this community together, and we'll create great wildlife education and content. But I wanted to make it 30 on here so bad, but my hand is frozen. Look how red it hurts. Like it doesn't close because I've been holding this gimbal. This hand is fine because that's been in my pocket. But the other one has been holding the gimbal head in this stiff breeze of probably 40-some degree weather, and it's absolutely frozen. My finger, my thumb doesn't even want to use the joystick anymore. So we're kind of there. Yes, absolutely. Beaven Steven, I love it. Yes, thank you. I would love to have you back on. Please, like I said, follow and ask any questions you have as we're doing lives. We will be doing a much longer one tomorrow. We're going to shoot for an hour filming tomorrow. And we also film on other platforms. I don't think I'm allowed to mention them, so I won't. But we do film on multiple social medias. So kind of follow us. Everything's Chad's Walking with Wildlife. Alrighty, and I think we'll end it with the sun. Y'all have a great night. Thank you so much.